Ladies and gentlemen, people of the court, keep your hands and feet inside of the vehicle at all times, if you would. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe. We are here with you. We got about 3 minutes till we go live on the air. Who we looking at here? Hey, Heather Howell. Can't hear. I bet you can hear now.
Can you hear now?
I bet you can hear now.
Can you hear now, Heather?
Sometimes you got to listen with your ears. No, I'm playing. We unmuted it. I'm teasing.
How's North Carolina?
How's North Carolina? Beautiful as always?
Better. She said better.
There we go. Like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. I can hear. There we go. XD Hot Chip 23 in the house.
I wonder who that is.
That's my son.
Oh, okay.
XD Hot Chip 23. Hey. What? Cash? What? Dash 23.
Dash 23.
Oh, my bad. He made a thing up. He made it completely up. And he's just like, Dash, Dad. Dash. He wants a shout out. Hey,
you got one, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, go over my son, XD Hot Chip Dash 23.
That's Hot Chick?
Hot Chip.
Oh, okay.
Hot Chip.
Thought it was Hot Chick.
Who the heck knows where
in
it
this
came
day
from?
and age, in this day and age, you know, you got to check. You know.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to check with that boy. He's all boy. He's all there. So let's dig in. Here we go. Let me see if I can get y'all a little bit of soundage. YouTube.
There you go.
Is going to ban us either way. Or not
Well,
ban us. They're
true.
not going to ban us. What they do is they're going to copyright block us, but I don't give a crap. Because we've got it's part of what we do.
Again.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're there, hey, like, share, subscribe. Please go and subscribe. Check out Facebook. Go over to Facebook. Hey, share us if you would. We're going to be talking about Jasper County Appraisal District. We're also going to be talking about the two Matthews. Two Matthews. We're going to be talking about UVALDE. We're also going to be talking about, what was the other thing we was going to talk about? What was the one that Noiseworthy talked to us about?
Oh, recalling the. He was worried about the security security at the schools.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Here we go.
This is paid-for programming.
That's right.
May not represent the views and beliefs of this station, its management, and staff.
We were getting feedback because I was putting in this mic last week. You are listening to Not on the Payroll right here at 107.3 FM KJAS. I hope your life is going well and your night's fixing to be going better. I'm your host, Jay Sharp, and I am sitting here with my co-host, Carrie Thomas. How are you, sir?
It's hot, man.
It is hot.
Hey, if my wife is listening, put the house on the market and look at real estate on the Isle of Mull.
That's exactly
tonight.
That's exactly right,
Good
man.
grief, it's hot.
It's been convection oven hot. If you're out there and you're listening to us, hey, we appreciate you for listening and tuning in. We're here with you each and every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Want to take a minute and thank the people who help make this show available to you, the public, here in Jasper. Let's see, who are our sponsors? We've got Stewart Glass.
Yes, sir.
We've got Lake Area Pond.
Yes,
We've
sir.
got Auto Salon.
Yes, sir.
And we've got a new shout out to a new First Amendment, Second Amendment supporting business here in the community, Hollis Tire. Hollis Tire, we appreciate you guys for stepping in with us. Stewart Glass, let's talk about them for a minute. If you have, listen, man, with it being this hot, sometimes you just get mad, grab a cat, and throw it through the window, and then you've got to get it fixed.
Or your girlfriend gets mad because your air conditioner's not working and she kicks out that front windshield.
That's exactly right. So Stewart Glass can hook you up. You can always run over to Sammy and Vicky and Craig over at Stewart Glass. They are the professionals here in the community to help you with all of your glass needs, whether it is home, auto, business, whatever the case is, they've got you hooked up on the glass front. Also want to bring up Lake Area Pond. I hope everything is going back to normal on some level for those guys over there. They got broke in here a couple of weeks ago.
I hope so.
But here's the thing. Here's the deal. We're not advertising these guys during our show, so you go break into them. If you're a listener out there to this show and you went and broke into those guys, shame on you, and stop listening, or at least pay attention to what we're talking about, because the whole point is to do better and treat people better. So quit stealing people's stuff and quit stealing people stuff from Lake Area Pond.
That said, if you need a guitar or a pistol or tools,
anything,
hey, they got it out there at Lake Area.
They may even have a coonskin hat.
Get out of here.
I have no idea. I'm just saying.
They might.
You never know, because at a pawn shop, things change and revolve.
Yeah. You never know what you might find there.
And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for a pawn shop, I know a number of cousins of mine who would have to go find a job. So, I mean, there you have that. No, nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, Lake Area Pond, we appreciate them. Go down there and visit them. Check them out. We have also Auto Salon. Check Auto Salon out if you haven't had your car over there and detailed, inspected. There are a number of different things that they do for your vehicle, but big vehicles like the one I drive and small vehicles like the one my wife drives, they've got them all covered. They can take your ride and they can make it like new. So,
and like I said earlier, folks, it's getting close to the end of the month. If your car says 6 on there, go get it inspected.
That's exactly right.
Go get it inspected, folks.
Yeah, because you know what sucks is whenever you're driving around and you're minding your own business.
Oh,
and
anybody we know?
And you might be, I don't know, you're just cruising around and enjoying life's many bountiful treasures, and then you get pulled over for something dumb.
Oh.
And then you get charged with something stupid.
Oh.
And so, the thing is, one of those inspection stickers may help.
Yeah, no fooling.
In your process.
No fooling.
So here's the thing, not telling you to drink and drive or anything like that, because the fact is, if you're going to drink, you need to keep your butt at home. But sometimes people do get out.
Yeah, you don't need to drink or smoke meth or weed and get out on the highways. I'll tell you that much.
Exactly. So here's the thing, go over to Auto Salon. They can hook you up. Hollis Tire. I've always liked Hollis Tire. Hollis Tire's always done great work. They always have had a great reputation in the community. Fast service, fast delivery, and any kind of tire that you want. They've got top-of-the-line tires. I think they run Cooper. Is one of their
Cooper's a good tire.
Is one of their main.
That's all my brother will run on his vehicles is Cooper tires.
Exactly. So Hollis Tire, we appreciate you guys throwing your hat in the ring with us. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we want to get right down to the nitty-gritty. How was your week, sir?
I was quick for some reason or another. It ran just bang, bang, bang. It was over. Yeah. It was Thursday night. Here we go. What happened?
Here we go again.
What happened? I don't know whether it's because I'm getting old or...
they say it's part of it.
I think that's... Literally, I think that's part of it. That or it's a dadgum hot that I'm hoping that it gets over or what. And it's just June.
Yeah.
Jay, what in the world are we going to do in July and August?
I don't know.
And what are we going to do when one of them blows up out there in the Gulf because it's been 99 degrees in June?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I'm concerned there.
I don't know. I'm envisioning some kind of body of water somewhere, and me being naked. That's all I can say. That's probably where this thing's going.
I don't even want to think about that.
I'm just saying,
I don't want to envision that.
You asked. I mean, I'm just telling you. So here's the thing, man. So your week went by fast, and my week went by.
How was your week, man?
I ended up.
How is business? As they would say, how is business?
Things are pretty good. Things are pretty good at the same time. I mean,
is it the poor economy, the crash in the stock market today has not affected your business as of yet?
No, we actually have. We have been very fortunate, and so but the kind of.
I hope you continue.
The highlight, you and me both. The highlight of my week was, or my week since last week, was actually my 23rd wedding anniversary. So we
Amateur. Just an amateur.
Yeah.
And 23 years and 14 kids. Man, and you averaging a kid every 2 years.
Not just kids, but we've gotten 2 that are productive citizens of society.
Oh, really?
The other
really?
two,
really?
the jury.
They're not in Huntsville or anything like that.
The other 2, the jury's still out on.
Okay.
But we're working on those 2, the younger 2. But no, man.
Yeah, but they're young.
Yeah, 23
they still got time. They still got time.
23 years, man. So, but I was going to ask you this. You guys have been married, what?
40.
40 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be
So,
41 in August.
So if we're just going to play Dr. Philish moment here for,
okay.
for a moment.
Put on my psychiatrist hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just from your vantage point,
Yes.
what is, in all seriousness, what do you believe one of the biggest, or maybe the 2 biggest things are in a marriage that keep it together?
Compromise. A lot of compromise. And that is the top of the line there. You know, if you can't compromise, you know, it's doomed.
A lot of
literally
people,
doomed.
A lot of people,
you know, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that she puts up with a lot from me. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of lunacy comes out when I'm there.
Sure.
You know, sure. You can agree.
No,
with me
I get it 100%. Miss Debbie, we appreciate you. And
yes, you're right. There's a lot of lunacy. And I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for her, you know, she puts up with a lot.
Could go off the rails. So compromise would say you'd say one. What would be another one?
You know, even though I don't act like it, and I hop off the rails sometimes, I think our faith has more to do with it.
Okay.
Even though she is a churchgoer and I am not,
right?
I think our faith has something to do with it. It really does. I pray for her every day. I don't know if she realizes this or not, but every morning I try to get up early.
Yeah.
In the last few mornings.
Yeah.
But I try to get up early and do prayers.
Okay.
And she's included in them.
Okay.
And
so you pray for your wife?
I pray for a lot of people.
Okay.
But
you pray for your wife.
Yes, I do.
Praying for everybody
Yes,
else doesn't really keep your marriage together.
No.
Right?
No, it doesn't. But I feel like I need to pray for everybody else too.
So
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah. So out of 40 years, compromise and faith.
And faith. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know if I've gotten there
What do you
yet.
think? You know, you 23 is not a...
Yeah. No,
in this day and age, that's a pretty good number.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been a lot of drinking and and a lot of marijuana. But no, here's the thing.
For your wife?
For my wife, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody wonders how she's
stays
so
mellow.
docile. Yeah.
Stays mellow.
Mellow and docile. Yeah, it's because she's high most of the time. No, that's not true. To be honest with you, I think there's some big truth to that. I think communication is another thing, and learning how to communicate the way each other can hear you, because that's important. Because I mean, a lot of times, just because you're talking a lot doesn't mean you're communicating.
Yeah.
And communication,
you're absolutely right.
Communication requires just as much listening as it does as talking verbally.
Right.
And so, and it also means the process of listening, understanding that you're on the same team, and working to the same end. I think that's something of relevance in a healthy relationship. Also, another thing is this: whenever you find out that your wife is getting a haircut in the local town that you're in,
right,
and you just walk in and you grab her while she's getting her haircut and you kiss her on the mouth and you just turn around and walk out, that has an interesting effect as well. So, just saying, guys out there, if you're married, the reason I'm throwing this out is because I think
Have you done this before?
I did it earlier today.
Get out of here.
It's actually hysterical.
I bet it was.
Yeah, because it's like, of course you got the little, you got all the women.
Did your wife say, I hope my husband don't find out?
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I walked in there, I kissed my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't going in there and kissing just a haircutting lady.
Well, I don't know what your life is like outside of the station. I don't know what's going on, man.
She's getting a haircut at a salon. I walk straight in. I find where she's at. I didn't just grab a random hairstylist and just grope her up and then walk out. I mean, what the hell? What are we talking about here? So anyway, but the thing is, the point is surprise attack. Guys need to remember about surprise attacks.
Surprising your wife?
Surprise attacks, man. I mean, if it's a flower.
I think if I surprised my wife, she would think, what's he up to?
It doesn't matter.
I think she'd say, what are you up to?
But maybe you're up to nothing. Maybe you just wanted to see the expression on her face.
Once again, I think she'd say, what's he up to?
Yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's legal. You're married. That's how I look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a call if you've got something you want to chat about. We're going to be chatting here for a while. We've got a lot we want to talk about because, man, I think we kind of led some of you guys astray. Led you right down the old stray, and maybe got you in a little bit of a uproar there last week.
We had a lot of phone calls last week,
yeah,
Jay. A bunch of phone.
Yeah.
People were still calling as we were locking the door.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Everybody is mad about these taxes.
Yeah.
Everybody
in this county they are. Well, every county. Every county in the state of Texas, from what I understand.
Yeah, the appraisal district is really feeling it right now. And matter of fact, I actually got a message. I got a message on Facebook, and what's interesting is this: is a lot of times when we start talking about topics, contrary to what you guys may believe out there, of us being authorities on everything that we talk about, we
aren't.
We have no clue about most of the things we're talking about.
We
aren't. So having said that, you need to take in consideration that sometimes we know just enough just to get us all in trouble. And then the next thing you know, we're out there, we're floating.
In trouble.
And we've got the sharks swimming around. So it's always better to have people smarter than you, people who are more educated than you, communicate about topics that seem to be, hot topics right now.
Sure.
And the appraisal situation, the appraisal numbers are a hot topic.
They are in this. Well, in all 254 Texas counties, they're a hot topic.
Well,
from my understanding.
So right now, we had we had a message from, I think she's the chief. I think that's actually her position. Let me make sure.
The official position that they hold there.
Miss
Jasper
Lori Barnett. Now I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting, who's over in my head. And I had like this, I guess it was like this Bugs Bunny type of element in my head where I was envisioning this person who is over the appraisal district and more like an Ebenezer Scrooge type. For some reason, I don't know why.
I don't know why. When I think about a person that still has an old-fashioned ad machine, and they're punching the numbers in, and they're pulling the and they're pulling that's what I envision when I think of the appraisal district.
I think of this dark corner. And there's money on top of a table, and they're hovering over it, and they're laughing. They're going more. In kind of an Ebenezer Scrooge type of way. And so I'll just say this. I have not met Lori Barnett face to face, okay? But I did get a message from her. Basically, she had made the statement, before you guys get out the pitchforks, I would love to talk. And I think that's a great idea because she's in the position to be able to do that.
Let's have her on.
Now, having said that, she's nothing like an Ebenezer Scrooge. We actually ended up talking on the phone. I had scheduled to actually do an interview.
So this was an actual civil conversation, or
very, very civil, very easy.
Okay, you didn't get jumped on and yelled at, or
no.
Okay,
I was very.
You know, that's,
Hey, listen.
that's happened to us before.
Listen, here's the thing. I felt like she was extremely professional. I
Okay.
felt like she was very helpful. Some of the points that she made, interestingly enough, to me on the phone, I would like her to make here.
Okay.
Because I think it could be eye-opening for the public. I do know this. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of deflection stuff. And this is not coming from Miss Barnett. But there's a lot of information out here in the Facebook world, social media world, a lot of things. And to be honest with you, she might be able to help kind of lead us what we might call in the church the promised land. And so
One of those come to Jesus moments, as they would say.
She can help us. She can help us find the promised land. That's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
And so, you know, one of the things I hope she does while she's here, because this is something I'm very interested in, is that whenever you go over to the website and you look up the map that Miss Davis had mentioned, looking up the map to see the different appraisal values and stuff like that on the parcels in the community.
Right.
Just knowing how to read it, honest to God, because there's a lot of information there, but just figuring out how to read that data is, I think, it would be very helpful to have Miss Barnett go through that and just explain it to us. And so, anyway, so having said that, one of the things that I would say is this, and I want to speak to everyone out there who listens to us on a weekly basis, or you follow something like on YouTube or Facebook or something along those lines. I want to encourage you about one point. I don't want any confusion to be here on this point. If we make a comment, live on the air, or if we make a comment that you're hearing on a recording, or you see us make on a post, our objective is not to incite any kind of riots. Okay? All right?
Or total revolution.
Well, here's the thing. You know, if any of you out there are sitting there waiting for us to say, okay, by God, this next Friday, the South will rise again, and we're going to meet you down at the corner and bring your weapons and be ready. That the South is not rising again, ladies and gentlemen.
You better be careful. I'm married to the great-great-granddaughter of a Confederate general, so you better be careful.
I'm not worried about that because he's dead and gone too.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
That is very true.
So to me, the point is, we're not into inciting riots. But what I will say is this. We all need to understand that there are people who work in these different groups, like down at the appraisal district, stuff like that. Sometimes it's not the people as much as it is the system. And if you have a gripe, there is very much a systematic way of handling that gripe.
Right.
My encouragement would be is to find civility. Sometimes you just get so mad because you're so used to having to fight on some of this stuff. You're so used to having to argue and plead your case that you may need to sit in your vehicle before you go inside and just say a little prayer. Even if you're an atheist, this will help. I'm telling you, it'll help. Just say, Lord, I'm asking you right now to give me grace to be able to walk in and communicate civilly with these people and help us find a solution. That's all you got to pray. Listen, I'm not a smart man. I'm just a guy who says a lot of simple prayers. And I'll be honest with you. In the long run, we have to all lean on the edge of civility. Lean to that. Lean into that.
Let me say this from see if this makes sense or not. From a former teacher's point of view, folks, be civil when you go talk to people. Honey attracts a lot more bees than you know what. Be nice. Be sweet. Don't be ugly. Don't be threatening. Don't cuss people out. You want to get in trouble real quick and it's all over with. You start using bad words to somebody.
Well, and yeah,
You
exactly.
know, it's all over.
Exactly.
You start using bad words, well, you know, they're not going to listen to you anymore. And
Yeah,
there's a good possibility they're going to call the sheriff on you.
Exactly. Well, you've automatically breached proper decorum.
Civility.
Civility. Exactly. You've breached that thing. Now, here's what I will say. It has been said on more than one occasion that some of these, and I don't know about Jasper County, I don't know about Jasper County Appraisal District, but I have heard about appraisal districts in other counties.
Okay.
And the close comparable would be Auschwitz or some other concentration camp type of situation, where when you walk in and you ask questions, first of all, it feels like you're showing up to, I don't know, a Jack in the Box or a Taco Bell where somebody's on their phone in the back corner, upset with the fact that you just walked in, as though they should actually put their phone up and come wait on you.
Yeah.
Huffing and puffing.
Right.
So those elements, and plus the other thing is it's our way or the highway. I don't know if it's just appraisal districts, but I think there are other different facets of county government where I'm telling you, there needs to be some sensitivity training. I don't know if they need, I don't know if we need to come together and have a big group hug of county workers.
Right.
Or just specific groups that are kind of known to have an attitude. I think, honest to God, if I was getting griped at all the time, I think I would have an attitude.
I think that's part of the problem. They're getting griped
Sure.
at so much that it's just
Yeah.
you know, they become jaded.
Well, and to be honest with you,
And I can
if
understand.
If
And I can understand
If I'm
that.
sitting here, and the only thing we can hope for is this: is that we get an opportunity to sit down with Miss Barnett, because I think she could help us find the promised land. I think we might
Or
be
some
a-
understanding.
Well, I mean,
Just plain old understanding.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I can't wait till she comes on. I'm hoping that her board allows her to come on. From what I'm understanding, she has to get that cleared through the board, and then we kind of go from there.
Right.
If we do that, if we do have her on, I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody now. I'm not going to open up the phones for everybody to chastise and raise Cain. What we're going to do is we're going to listen to what she has to say, ask questions that we have. And if you've got questions, comments, concerns, and complaints for her, she is an open door down there. Now there's a, how would you put it? There is a process by which you need to use to go down there and communicate and
Right.
talk.
Right.
Civility obviously is part of that process, but you know, to me, this is not going to be a whipping post. Okay, this thing ain't going to be a whipping post. What I want to do is I would like her to walk us through some of the very simple questions that have been posed to us and we have ourselves.
Right, exactly. And if for some reason or other you have a question that is a general question, send it to us. We may not have thought of it.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
if it's you know, you're going to be asking a question about lot number so-and-so and why did it go up, we can't answer that.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
we're not
getting
going
into
to
all
ask
that.
that.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not going to ask that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but
And
if
I'm not gonna
you have a
ask-
general question, yes.
Yeah, generalized questions. So that's something to think about. I mean, I really feel like there's some value in getting people who's smarter on these topics in the room. Because I'll be honest with you, you know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. We're not sitting here with all the answers on this thing. All I know is there's a lot of pissed off people, and there is a lot of questions being asked. So beyond that, I think I think this tax thing. I think all the appraisals. I think we can get to the root of it if we have Miss Barnett in.
I think so.
At the same time, you know, it still remains to be seen. So I don't know who's on the board. Board. Jasper County Appraisal District.
I hope they're
board.
listening.
If you're out there and you're listening, please let Miss Barnett come on the show. That way we can talk and kind of come to Jesus and see what all's happening.
For PR purposes alone, it would be worth it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly,
because of the questions. I have questions. You have questions.
Yeah.
The county has questions.
We've opened up opportunities for people to come on here and communicate in the past, and they turned it down.
Right.
And it almost kind of was counterproductive for them.
Right.
And so anyway, so all I'm saying is this, and I'm not saying that this will be counterproductive if Miss Barnett doesn't come on, this type of deal. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is a very, very sensitive topic right now, and it could be helpful if we have some clarity. That's all I'm saying. So let me ask you something. I know we didn't do this last week, but we haven't talked about Uvalde at all.
No, not at all.
So what's your take?
I was in Israel when this occurred.
Right.
And believe it or not, it was the top story on all of the Israeli news sources.
Right.
Apparently, it was worldwide. It was on all of the Arabic stations too. The ones that are coming out of the UAE, the ones coming out of Saudi Arabia, the ones coming out of Lebanon. Everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
I got questions.
Yeah.
As you heard me talk about it earlier, how in this world did that kid afford 2 Daniels Industries assault rifles?
Yeah.
I can't afford 2 Daniels Industries assault rifles.
Right.
I can't afford, he had 300 rounds of 223 or 5.56, I'm not for sure.
5.56.
Was it? Ammunition.
Yeah.
How did he afford this? And this kid was working a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
I can't afford this stuff.
Sure.
He had all kinds of body armor.
Yeah.
I can't afford this stuff. I would love to have 1 Daniels rifle.
Right.
Love to. How did he get 2?
Yeah.
Plus, apparently he had a Glock pistol with him.
Yeah.
Where did this kid get all this money to buy all this stuff? When they said this, I'm sitting there going, immediately when they said Daniels, I'm sitting there going, how in this world did he afford this? Because this is not just give it away. These are specialized, made in South Carolina rifles.
Yeah. Did you see the data or the write up? There was a story here in the past couple of weeks since Uvalde, talking about parents who actually found out that the FBI was grooming their son for a shooting.
And where was this at? Do you remember where
I can't remember the city, but here's the deal. I mean, go to Google, for God's sakes.
Okay.
Type in exactly what I said.
Okay.
Because it's there.
Okay.
And, there's some weirdness going on with some of these groups. And I'm not, all I can say is what I read. It seems sketchy to me. And, honest to God, some of this stuff is not happening at random. That's what I'm saying. It's not happening at random. And here's the telltale sign to me. Okay. You heard about it in Israel.
Yeah, it was the top topic.
Here's my point.
And they talked about it.
Here's my point.
Ad nauseum.
Here's my point. You heard about it in Israel.
Yes.
How many other people died in the United States, and you heard about that in Israel?
And here's the strange part about it. The next day, and they knew this was coming, they had riots down on the Temple Mount in Israel. And that was not the top story until the next day. And they knew the riots were coming. And they said, we'll have 30,000. It turned into 70,000 people rioting down on the Temple Mount there in Israel. And I'm sitting there going, but they're still talking about Uvalde.
All I'm saying is it's all control, people. It's all control. I don't know if you guys have woken up to this yet, but if you want to ask yourself something about here. I'm going to give you a question specific to religion and politics. Okay. When you are under the hand of a religious group or a political group, question you need to ask yourself is, are they doing this for my good, or are they just doing this to control me?
Or for some other sinister purpose.
The control's bad enough, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't get me started on the Southern Baptist and what is coming out with their report.
Well, sure.
You know?
And we'll get to that in just a second. I think another thing is this. Because Joe Biden can't actually complete a sentence, they drag in Matthew McConaughey because he's from Uvalde.
Yeah.
Did you listen to his speech?
No, I didn't. I saw him on. I thought it was a fake deal going on. I didn't know he was actually at the White House.
Yeah.
I saw it flipping through.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm to the point to where I go to investment channels now and watch the
watch it all
the
fall.
economy collapse. Yeah, and it's worldwide, by the way.
So here's my take on that. There's a lot of people who had a knee-jerk reaction or a bad reaction to Matthew McConaughey. Here's what I felt. I felt, to be honest with you, he was pretty dang balanced. Because
From what I heard, yeah.
Here's what I can say. He's pretty dang balanced in what he said, but this tells you where the narrative is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prophesy here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you're listening to Not on the Payroll. Every once in a while, we have what's called a prophetic moment. And so I'm going to look into my crystal ball here, and I'm going to tell you that here in a couple of years, we may have Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian in the White House. So all I am saying is this.
Oh, God.
This is where this goes.
Oh, God.
Matthew McConaughey got up there. Now, granted, he's impassioned, and I'll be honest with you. Once you've listened to his green light stuff, and you're like, okay, all right, okay, yeah, shut up. Okay, we get it. You spent most of your life looking prettier than most all the other men. You compromised a bunch of your values from your early childhood, so you could go and do some of the things that you've done with everybody under the sun. And so now you're back, and we've come to Jesus, and all right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the thing,
my new Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, I appreciate the effort, but what this shows you is the populace can't listen to actual report from the White House. They have to have an actor tell us how things should be. See, once again, this is kind of like the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett thing and the Chris Rock.
But didn't that start with Reagan?
Well,
yeah.
Sure. But here's the difference. He was the president. He was officially that position, okay? So to me, it wasn't like the very next week we had Frank Sinatra up on TV telling us about how the economy's coming to an end. And what all we should do. Hey guys, you know what? If you would, go ahead and all that gold y'all been hoarding back. If y'all would bring that down to 5th Street, go ahead and melt it down.
But the one we had was a professional actor, so he didn't have to have somebody up there with Reagan.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, we can't just have the people who are elected.
I know.
They had to walk
bring
donkey
somebody
in there.
Had
to walk the donkey in there, and the donkey had to sing and do the dance.
But
and we all kind of go.
Don't you think this is going to get worse, though?
Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, what do you think I'm talking about? I'm sitting here going, good Lord, man, this is going to get nuts.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
So, but it tells us where we're at as a group of people. We've lost our freaking minds here. We have lost our minds. Now, here's the crazy part about Uvalde. Jasper, Texas. Newton, Texas. Burkeville. Deweyville. Kirbyville. Buna. Brooklyn. None of these schools, I would say, are ready for an active shooter situation. that's a problem. If your kids go to one of these schools before you drop them off in September or in August when they go back to school,
Yeah, it'd be August when they go
in
back.
August, that's a conversation we'd be having with the administration right now. What are we doing? What are your plans? Now, here's the thing. Everybody wanted to jump up and down during COVID. Bring your kids, bring your kids, bring your kids, because we ain't going to get that government money for these kids being out for COVID. But once you drop them kids off, what's the plan then, guys? What's the plan then? Now, here's the deal. I am a fan and a supporter of good teachers and good administrators and good faculty. But here's the truth. What's the plan to protect the kids in case something like this goes down in our neck of the woods?
You know what is disturbing? We are to the point, we are literally to the point in this country to where we have to turn our, for lack of better term, our schools into a prison to protect the kids.
You think so?
You think about it, we have to turn it into a prison. Can't let anybody in, you can't let anybody out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of, within itself, is kind of scary.
Sure.
You know,
Well, all I'm saying is we got to start with a plan
and I'm wondering
before we come on with the razor wire.
Well, I am wondering. Well, locking the doors is step one,
Sure.
and I'm wondering how many doors are still left open at these schools.
This is what we was talking about. This is no joke. I was talking about this with two ladies a week ago. We were talking about this very thing. I said, you know what's crazy? The three of us could probably go to any one of the high schools in the region right now and breach any doorway
Yeah,
and go in like we own the place.
yeah.
And to be honest with you, that scares the hell out of me more than anything. Me and two ladies.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Well, I believe it. Look, back when we first had a couple of the shootings, we were told to try to lock the doors.
Try.
And my room was down by one of the main doorways.
Entrances, yeah.
You know where it was?
Oh, yeah.
So I started keeping it locked and told these people that are coming in, said, hey, keep it locked.
Yeah.
Well, some of these, lack of better terms, and I'm going to be nice, fat teachers.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it because they had to go back and forth to their car and
Yeah.
get more stuff, so they're going to leave it unlocked.
Sure.
And do you think they could lock it back when they went to their room for the final time? No.
Right.
No. So when I went and locked it, somebody invariably, another one of those fat teachers, would get upset because I had locked the door in an attempt to try to make it a little more secure.
Wow.
Never mind, hey, fat teacher, you've got a key, you can open it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
My question is, why have we not come up with a live shooter plan yet? Ladies and gentlemen, is there a plan? Because if there's no plan, what are we going to do?
They don't believe it's going to happen here. It's kind of like,
hey, that's fine.
Jay, the last 5 years I was at Buna, do you know how many fire drills we had?
Yeah. I don't know.
One.
So here's my question.
One fire drill in 5 years.
So here's my question. Okay. See, because here's what I know about the workforce. If you work out in the oil field or you work out in construction world and something happens, say an emergency happens or a siren goes off or whatever the case is, there's a protocol for how to handle that.
Right.
There are muster points in the whole 9 yards.
Right.
There's nothing like that. Nothing like that. For even think about how discombobulated the fire drills were.
The fire drills, they go all out in the teacher's parking lot where I was.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, this is right by the school. They're going to get burned up anyway.
Sure.
We literally would have to cross 253
Right.
into old Bill Williams' yard
Yeah.
to be safe.
Yeah.
But no, we're standing here in the parking lot right by the building.
Yeah. There's no actual plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's very little buy-in from the safety for far as the kids are concerned.
Right.
I mean, even that is difficult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to me, I'm just sitting here going, okay, why do we not have a plan? What is the plan? Are there some of those locking units? You know how they have the locking units that you can actually throw down on the floor and stomp, and it actually locks that door from the inside.
Right.
Right. I mean, why are those not readily available in every one of these schoolrooms? Why?
Because that makes sense.
Because here's the deal. Because
it costs money.
Well, not only that. I mean, if you're going to 4 days a week, if you're going to 4 days a week and trying to cut expenses from this way to that way, I mean, all I can say is this, man. All you guys got to do is just reduce don't get the ballpark Franks. Go down and get some of them red weenies. Save that money on them red weenies for lunchtime. Because I'll be honest with you, when I was there, they was feeding us them red weenies, them nasty red weenies.
And you was glad to get them.
You know what I'm talking about?
You were glad to get those red weenies.
I'm talking about like them old Bar S
Yeah.
bright red ones. You know what I mean? They were horrible. But at the same time, drop. You ain't got to give them kids you ain't got to give them ballparks. Stop giving them the big ballparks, man. Save a little bit of that money and go get one of them door stoppers.
Oh, no, Jay. Oh, no. We need AstroTurf, and we need a new locker room for the visitors because they might get athlete's foot.
Well,
and they won't come play Buna because we got a nasty locker room. And
I can tell you this. There should not only.
And God forbid, we need to upgrade our concession stand, and we need to go from RC Cola to Coca-Cola.
There should not only be a plan from the school standpoint, but there ought to be a plan in the local surrounding, like how are the officials going to respond? This is something that the police departments need to get involved in.
At least the sheriff's department, because several of the districts are
police. Yeah. But my point is this. What's the plan? What's the plan from managing that type of a situation? And I'll be honest with you, it may even be worth having an auditorium sit down and say, kids, here's what's going on. Here's what we're going to have to do. This is what you need to look at.
And bless their little hearts, you may have to scare the hell out of them.
Well,
seriously.
No, I know.
You may have to.
I know. That's how.
And I can hear parents griping now because you've scared little Johnny and little Susie. Little Johnny and little Susie are scared that somebody's going to come in with an assault rifle and attack them. Well,
if it wasn't for fear, I wouldn't have got saved as a kid. So I mean, it's effective. Believe me. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a call, 384-2626. We haven't even opened up the phones yet. 384-2626 if you want to chime in on any of this. We're not saying we're right, but we kind of are. We're not saying you're wrong, but you kind of are wrong to not have a plan. If you don't have a plan, what are we doing here with this whole thing?
Jay, you know what really surprised me about this whole Uvalde thing? And I was just floored, and I'm still floored about it. Uvalde ISD has a police department.
Right.
Many school districts now have one. Their chief of police did not have a master key to all the doors.
Okay.
He had to get a bunch of keys and figure out which one opened the door that he needed to go into.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, I had a master key when I was at Buna ISD. I could open every door.
Right. Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you'd been there for 100 years.
Well,
so
yeah, but that's another story.
You done picked that up off a couple dead bodies over there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and go to the line. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes.
You're on the air.
Yes.
Hello?
I'm calling about the school problem in Chicago. All the schools are locked down all day. You have to present yourself at a camera by the door so they can see who you are before you can get in the school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Pardon me?
That's pretty crazy, but that seems effective, I guess. In
Yeah, well,
Chicago, it better be
down
that
here,
way.
too.
In Chicago, I think they got to.
Yeah.
I mean, the crime is worse in Chicago, but,
That might be an option for here, huh?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you
Or
might be.
at least give the parents or the grandparents a pass. That they,
Something.
or, like a name tag, and they need that to get into the school. Otherwise, they don't get in.
Yeah. Hey, that may be a great idea. You never know. It all starts with a plan.
Right?
All right. Appreciate you calling.
But Jay, they'd have to get rid of a football coach
Yeah,
and a basketball
I promise you this.
coach.
I promise you this. You let one of
They-
those kids
they- you
let
know-
one of those kids get killed.
They
Like,
wouldn't
one of
be
those
able to
kids
get
get
new
killed.
uniforms this year, and
Let a kid get killed and see what happens.
they're not going to do it until one gets killed.
Give us a call, 384-2626, 384-2626.
Trust me, they
Is
work
that
hard.
even on the agenda for the local schools here?
I doubt it.
Is it even on the agenda for the
What
local
would it
schools?
be? Why would it be? Why? We got football to play.
Yeah,
First things first.
yeah.
Kids get killed.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
You know, this is part
We
of
got
it.
another look just like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
And
Lord.
And don't think some of the people don't look at it that way.
Yeah. No, there's no
You know,
doubt.
as long as he's not the star running back or
Yeah.
the star point guard or, the
There's a
star
lot of
pitcher, hey, we don't care.
Give us a call if you want to chime in, 384-2626. 384-2626. We're not saying it's right. We're just saying it is like it is. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. Go check us out on Facebook, YouTube. If you want to watch us here on the show, you can always go over to YouTube. But give us a call, 384-2626, 384-2626. I don't know what the solution is, but I know this: if you're not trying to make a plan, then obviously we're kind of stalling out with the first step.
Our source called and told us about this and said that the kids, when they told the kids that they needed to practice, the kids laughed
Yeah,
and thought it was funny.
they don't understand the
They
severity.
don't
of it.
understand the
Sure.
possible, what would happen if.
Sure.
People don't think, that's not going to happen here. I'm sure Uvalde.
Now, wait a
the kids
second.
at Uvalde said the same thing. Hey, it's not going to happen here.
Now
Look what happened.
I will say this: there was an ISD in this region who decided that they was going to have some sort of a drill and didn't tell nobody about it.
Yeah, they kind of.
That's all fun and games, wasn't it? Got down there like a jackass.
You know.
See, there I go cussing again. See what you do to me?
Yeah, I know.
I get
know.
going and you draw it out. But I mean, the truth is, grandmas.
I got in trouble this week because I said damn Baptist.
Grandmas, I apologize
Yeah.
out there. I remember y'all getting on to me. I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize. But here's the thing. To be
Here-
honest with you, what was that situation? It was a policeman.
Yeah,
went
there was
down
a
there.
police officer. And
He's the only one who knew it was going to be a drill.
Well, two of them.
Two of them.
And they did kind of a drill to where they wanted to see whether they could get in or not. And I'm going off memory. I'm sure I'm wrong here. I'm sure I'm dead wrong about what happened here.
That's crazy.
But I'm sitting there going, yeah, he needed to get in trouble for it, but he at least he was trying something.
Well, sure, but I mean, God
Yeah,
Almighty,
but he
it's
got
just
in
like
trouble.
no, wait a
Yeah,
second. It's
I
just
know.
like in Hardin County. Just like in Hardin County years ago, we'd go down there to the Knipple Park in Hardin, down there in Silsbee.
Okay.
And we'd be down there playing basketball late at night, and I mean kids everywhere, playing
Right.
basketball, kids over by cars and hanging out and all this stuff. All of a sudden, this one guy comes out, he's on elbows. He's crawling. He's got on this ghillie suit. And he's got like Yopon coming out the top of his deal there, and he stands up and he's looking around. And he's like, "Everybody, put your hands up! Put your hands up!" So everybody just put their hands up. And his whole objective was to come and catch kids drinking alcohol down at Knipple Park. He had crawled over. He had come almost a mile and a half through them woods.
Was he with the sheriff's
He's
office?
by
or the-
himself. No, city cop.
Oh, God.
This guy was just looking for an opportunity to throw on a ghillie suit. And all I'm saying is this: get a few more people involved. Get a few more people involved. What are you doing? You know, I mean, if you're going to go down there and you're going to do a drill and scare the hell out of a bunch of folks, I mean, think about it.
I assume he got into some sort of trouble for doing this or not. I don't know.
I think there was a lot of trouble that cat found over time. But, to me, I'm just sitting here going, man, come on. So, I mean, here's the thing. There's a right and a wrong way to do it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true. There's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
And to be honest with you, I don't know if I don't think that guy's on the force.
No, he
but
lost his position.
I remember
he lost
sitting
his
there.
position.
I remember sitting there like this, and this guy comes out. I thought it was like a miniature Bigfoot because he was like he was like 5'8" or something like that, and I was like, what is that thing coming out of the woods?
Ought to get kids that are minor in possession.
He's all gillied up. Hey, it looked like he was coming for Predator, man. He had that face paint on.
Commando paint on?
What in the world are we doing? So, I don't know. Hey, one of the things I wanted to touch on before we got out of here, man, one of the things I wanted to touch on before we got out of here was Jasper City Council.
Oh.
They voted.
They do something in Jasper County?
Oh. Yeah, you know what's up. They voted.
What'd they do, man?
They voted to get they sent Matthew McConaughey on down the road.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So
send him on down the road, so no broadband.
He's not making his whatever it was, $25,000, $35,000, $40,000.
I think it was $25,000
a month.
$25,000 a month. I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, here's the thing: if consulting doesn't work out, he could always be like a McConaughey double.
Man, I just.
And if you don't know who I'm talking about,
I have missed
Nathan Watkins. That's who I'm talking about.
I have missed my call in here.
Yeah.
Being a consultant at $25,000
no, you got to be
a month.
You got to be slick though. You can't be crotchety and old like me and you are. You got to be like slick, debonair, ease up in there,
left me
dapper. Come in there with.
I don't know now. I wore a suit tonight.
Come in there with the white shirt on, blue jeans. Really nice, is it Lucchese?
Yeah.
Lucchese boots?
Yeah.
Come in there with a matching belt, hair slicked back with the little flip on the back side.
That hair, I'm done. Yeah.
All I'm saying
I'm done. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if consulting is not in Mr. Nathan Watkins' future, he might want to take up modeling or something along those lines because I think he's got that part figured out. And here's the thing.
Good night, but $25,000.
$25,000. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know this. It has definitely been a change of pace down there at Jasper City Hall.
And from what I understand, for the good.
Well, we'll see. That goes to
broadband's dead, is it not?
Broadband is dead.
It needs to be. It should have been dead a year ago.
Well, but
before they even brought it up.
The real question is, though, what's next? What's next? In Jasper, it's not. Is it over? It's just
what's coming
next.
Up. What's coming
what's
up
next? Because I mean, you got Anderson down there, you got Mr. Holmes, and you got Mr. Lewis. They all voted, and that kind of set the sail. Obviously.
So what are they going to do with all this electricity money they got here now? Are they going? Is there a possibility of some sort of a rebate coming to the?
I'll be honest with you.
The electrical users in here in Jasper. Or is this a done deal too?
We just got broadband. Wait, we just got broadband stopped.
Okay.
Let's don't push it.
Okay.
Let's don't push it because in the long run, we stopped them from spending useless money, or at least a portion. I think what did they end up spending, over $500,000?
At least.
$500,000 on an idea that they didn't present to the people.
Yeah.
Or they didn't put out there in front of the people.
Yeah, $500,000 on a failed idea.
Failed idea,
yeah.
See, and I mean, you got Thailand.
Failed proposal. We'll rephrase that.
So you got McDaniels, who, from what I'm understanding, is going to Thailand at some point here in the next year or so.
Is this for work?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't care. The point is, I called it.
Okay.
I said he was going to leave, and he's leaving.
For Thailand.
For wherever. Who cares? The point is, it could be Timbuktu. It doesn't matter. He just won't be in Jasper representing Jasper. And so, at least that's what I'm understanding.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong out there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it's Thailand or Tyler or whatever the case is. It don't matter.
Big difference between Thailand and Tyler.
That's not true. It is not true.
They are both hot.
Yeah.
They are both hot.
Well, my thing is, is there a, there's a change of power. There's definitely a change of power. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah,
hey, what you guys were saying about the shootings and stuff, we need a plan for sure. That's eye-opening. But also, the demonic agenda behind what's going on, they're after our kids, right? So we definitely got to protect them. And another thing that it bugs me is that, the kids with disabilities, they're on the front line. There's no hiding those kids. The
No, there
are
isn't.
always right there, right in front, where their classrooms are at.
Sure.
They're not protected at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That scares me bad. Why did they put the kids there, and they put so much money in the football, in the sports,
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on
Not
that
enough
football business.
education for the kids around here that have disabilities, for sure.
Well, and I think this. I think
Money's all going to the sport.
I think one of the reasons.
They idolize it, right?
Yeah.
But what you guys are saying is right on, and it's pretty scary. But yeah, they're after our kids right now.
Hey, we appreciate you.
The teachers.
We appreciate your call.
Where they have to have guns. You know what I'm saying? And every year, just like they do CPR, they got to go to shoot guns and make sure they're going to hit their target. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Arm them,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think it all starts with a plan, but I mean, sometimes in order to get a plan, you got to get a few people pissed off. So that's kind of my take on it. Appreciate you giving us a call. Hey, here's the thing. One of the reasons that they have the special needs kids kind of exposed on some level is because of access. Think about it. Access to getting them in and out and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think there may be a better solution that needs to be reviewed as far as keeping that, at least keeping those kids protected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think overall, man, we've got to start with a plan. What is the plan?
Jay, real quick, they're trying to arm teachers, and
Right.
I volunteered at one time to carry a weapon. But after considerable thought, I got to thinking, Jay, if I got into a shootout with somebody, what happens if I miss?
Yeah,
I'm going to hit a kid.
it's liability.
Yeah.
Liability.
What happens if I miss?
I agree.
And there's a real possibility if I'm pulling the trigger hard and fast,
Right.
I may hit more than one.
Sure, there's no doubt.
What
There's no doubt.
happens then? Is the school district going to protect me?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Very seriously.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Not on the Payroll. We're here with you every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Like, share, and subscribe. Go check us out on Facebook. Go check us out on YouTube. And check us out at notonthepayroll.com. We want to thank once again our sponsors. That's Stewart Glass, Lake Area Pond, that is Auto Salon, and our new sponsor, Hollis Tire. We appreciate all of them for sponsoring. Appreciate you for listening. But here's the fact. Hey, it may not all be right, but it just might be. All we need is love, and we need Jesus too. So here we go. Love you.
Love you, Bina.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still sitting out there, man, what should the schools do? Who we got here? Says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Can you please start over? Just kidding. Don't come to me. Don't come for me.
Who is that?
I don't know. 3 dogs, mama. 3
The dog's mama.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Dog lover.
Apparently so.
Are you a dog person or are you a dog owner? That's the question. See, because there's a difference.
Yeah, I got dogs in
Here-
my
here's-
house, not even mine.
Here's the dividing line is we got her attention.
Yeah, we
We
did.
got her attention. Yeah, there's a difference. If you allow your dogs to sleep in the bed, you are a dog person.
No kidding. Ugh.
They're my kids. Laugh out loud. See, there you
There
go.
you go.
Hey, you're a dog person. It's all
There you
good.
go.
Hey, we love you too. But understand, sometimes that pet dander makes you think weird things. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen,
boy.
we love you guys. We're shutting it down for the night. Hey, shoot us an email. Let us know if there's some things you want us to talk about.
Especially questions for the board, lady.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Especially for Miss Barnett. Appreciate you guys. Love you. We'll see you.